Love play gone. Chop chop gone. Got a few ciggies left. And now it's time to continue the love play love letters continuation. Now we're going to talk about ecstasy pill and juicies, love play love letters, ecstasy pill and Jedi, the threesomes we could have had. The first threesome we could have had was with Nick Richards. Me and Ecstasy Pill went to Nick Richards' house a month after we started going out. It was in August. And me and Ecstasy Pill went to Nick Richards' $1 million beach house in Williamstown. And Ecstasy Pill met Nick Richards, and we had a few joints before we went to Alex Tomar's house and got done by elephant trip acids and went to watch South Park, the movie at Crown Casino. And me and Ecstasy Pill were talking, and Ecstasy Pill asked me if I wanted to do a threesome with Nick Richards. I said maybe, but we never did it. The next threesome we could have had was at Offshore Music Festival in year 2000, Easter, and we met just down the tent, just in Tent City in the camping site, just down the road from our tent, was Joanne, Nick Richards' ex-girlfriend from January 2000 and December 2000. Joanne was a balmy, red-headed, tall, 5'11", had big boobs, nice bum, wicked hot chick, and I introduced Ecstasy Pill to Joanne and told Ecstasy Pill that this is Joanne's ex-girlfriend, Nick Richards' ex-girlfriend, and Ecstasy Pill said, oh wow, she's hot. So that night, on the Friday night, Saturday night, I said to Ecstasy Pill, I'll go ask Joanne if we could do a threesome. And Ecstasy Pill said, yeah, okay, we'll do a threesome with a lesbian lover. And so I went to Joanne's tent, but Joanne was in a tent with her brother at Tent City at Offshore Music Festival. And Joanne was sitting there having tuna noodles with her brother, so I couldn't ask her. So I went to Ecstasy Pill's tent, me and Ecstasy Pill's tent, and I said, don't worry about it, she's with her brother, we can't ask her. And then that never happened. And the third threesome we could have had was at Miles Pickett's house. Emma Pickett, the grid girl, Grand Prix, Casey's friend. We met up with him. He's a really good graffiti artist, Miles Pickett. And we met up with him in his house in East Brighton. And we stayed the night at East Brighton. We drove there in Ecstasy Pill's car, bought a bottle of vodka, drank it with Miles Pickett. He was a really good graffiti artist, and he's a plumber. He's a tradie. And he had his girlfriend there, his real hot girlfriend there at his house, at his unit in East Brighton. And we went there, and Miles Pickett said he'd shout us a movie each. So we went to Crown Casino with my skateboard, and I was skating, and we watched a movie. And then we came back, and Miles Pickett shouted a movie. And we came back to Miles' house, and I was 10:30 on the couch floor, on the lounge room floor, and my girlfriend, Ecstasy, was talking to Miles Pickett, and we went in the bedroom, and Miles said we could sleep in his bed. I got her tits out, and she took her bra off, but not her panties, because I didn't want to have sex in Miles' bed. And after feeling the tits and kissing her for a bit, Ecstasy asked me if I wanted to do a threesome with Miles. So I went and Miles Pickett, Emma Pickett's younger brother, Emma Casey's friend's younger brother. So I went in his room and knocked on his door of his room, went in the door, and he was in the bedroom with his girlfriend. And I said, well, hang on a second, you guys have broken up, haven't you? Because Miles told us earlier that day that he'd broken up with her, and they said, yeah, we're broken up. And I said, bullshit, you're not broken up, you're sleeping in the same bed with each other. So I walked off, went back in Miles' room and told Ecstasy Pill that they'd be back together. And Ecstasy Pill, don't worry about it, we won't have a threesome with them. But we're going to have a threesome with Miles, and we're going to have a threesome with Joanne. And I said, maybe have a threesome with Nick Richards, but I never shared her. I never did a threesome. We were going to, but we never did. And that's a story about me and Ecstasy Pill and the threesomes we could have had in the Love Play Love Letters. Goodbye.